Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Call an ambulance, but not for Arsenal, for the opposition teams. For the opposition teams, people will be in big trouble next season. I cannot wait. We will be talking about the latest on Declan Rice. We expected the bid to take for a few hours, maybe a few more days, but it could be done by today, according to Fabrizio Romano. Like I don't know how much good news I can take in a single day. Even if you watch the Arsenal's women's, we are about to sign Russo from Man United. Like everything's just going good for Arsenal right now. Everything's just going good. So let's talk about the latest transfer news. Havertz, Declan Rice, and Jurrien Timber. I expect all those three deals to be done this week. As I said back on Saturday, next week is going to be a big one. This week is already a very, very big one. By the end of June, we could have three signings worth 210 million. We are cooking. This is not the Arsenal people used to know. This is definitely not the Arsenal people used to know. And let's get straight into it. Let's start with Declan Rice. What's the latest on Declan Rice? Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal expect Declan Rice deal to be 100% agreed today or tomorrow. That's soon. That's incredible, man. I thought they were going to say, you know what, let's take a few more other days to just try and get a correct structure. I think they want to get it done. I think they're going to get it done today. I don't even think they're going to let it go to tomorrow. The club is working to get it sealed within 24 to 48 hours. It's more than close now. All parties discussing on key details as the agreement looks imminent. I think it's going to be done very soon, very, very soon. Declan Rice is already an Arsenal player in my head. Like, he is already an Arsenal player in my head. Anyone else who's doubting it, give your head a wobble. This guy's already an Arsenal player. Declan Rice is already there. So we were asking questions about the structure. What was the structure, or being told and everything. Well, according to Fabrizio says this was the structure. Arsenal offered to pay 100 million fixed fee in 4 years, but West Ham want it in 18 months. Man, these greedy bastards, these greedy bastards. Like they want us to reduce it by more than 2 years. That's crazy. They want it from 48 months, right? They want it from 48 months to 18 months. They want us to reduce the payment by 30 months. Now, I don't think you're going to reduce it by 30 months. I think they're going to reduce maybe to 2 years. Maybe they're going to compromise to 2 years or 2.5 years, maybe. But that is what Fabrizio says. And also talks in progress. It's very close. I think they'll get it done very soon. I don't think they're going to pull out of a deal because of a structure. They're going to get it done. This is the priority target. We've always gotten at second targets and plan Bs and everything. Listen, a player like Trossard, sometimes it works. We get a plan B like Trossard and he becomes better than what we were going to get for plan A in Mudryk. But right now, after such a good season, we have to give it his plan A. Let him cook. Don't give him plan Bs or plan Cs. And plan B was even someone like I said. So we might not even get to plan B. We might have to go to plan C and D. And right now, competing for the title with Man City, you need your plan As. And if you let Man City, let's, for example, get Declan Rice. If they had gotten Declan Rice and Vardiol as well and Kovacic, I think it would have been enough. I don't think we would have been able to compete with them next season. I think they would have won that league very, very easily. But now that we've pulled out this race deal ahead of Man City, that gives me a lot of confidence for next season and the rest of the transfer market. So that's the latest on Declan Rice. This deal will be agreed as soon as today or tomorrow. No problem. I mean, yesterday we were expecting the 100 million bid to be made today, but it was made yesterday night. So you never know. Even in the next 1 hour, you could hear Arsenal and West Ham have agreed. But we'll be here for it. We'll be here with a nice ball of rice ready to celebrate Declan Rice to Arsenal. But how comes Declan Rice has actually picked Arsenal instead of Man City? Well, respect my manager, please. Respect my manager. According to Chris Whitley, in a meeting held at Mikel Arteta's house, the Arsenal manager personally conveyed to Declan Rice how he envisions the players' integration into the team. Throughout the discussions, it has become evident that Rice's desire has always been to continue his career in London. Great, but I know what the media will also do. Now that Arsenal have signed Rice, they'll be like, Man City didn't really want him. And another thing they'll say now, it's the reason he went to us is just because he loves London. That's not the only reason. The main reason is because Arteta convinced him to stay at to join us, and then we can start talking about London and all that. So Arteta pretty much convinced him to join us, and that gives me a lot of confidence. That means we don't necessarily have to be bigger than Real Madrid or bigger than Man City or those teams, but if we have a manager and a board that can attract players just in terms of talking to them, and they're like, you know what, yes, I'll join us instead of Man City, that is big. That is huge for us. So he convinced him to join Arsenal. Well done. He really wanted him. So that shows you that he really wanted him and told those guys, you know what, if you can't pay the man, let me just go and talk to the player. From January up to now, things you love to see. So Declan Rice is as much as done. I've been 92% confident. I'm now 99% confident Declan Rice is going to be an Arsenal player. It's almost time to celebrate our first 100 million signing. 2 years ago, not even a long time ago, 2 years ago, we would never have been going for players like this. We'd have been looking for 20 million, 30 million players. We would never go anywhere close to 100 million. So times have changed. This is no longer 2016, 2017, where we would go for average players like the likes of Socrates from Dortmund. This time we are going for Premier League proven players who are captains at their teams. We've never really done anything like that. So this is big. Are we overpaying? Probably yes, but is he overrated? I don't think so. Is he going to change the direction of our midfield? I absolutely believe so. I think he's going to 100% add quality to our midfield, especially if we lose Partey and Xhaka. I think this is a start of starting to replace those two. This is the start. You get this, and then you get another two midfielders, but you have to start somewhere. And starting with Declan Rice, that also sends a message to the rest of the teams, the likes of Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool. I've started seeing some comments saying, "Oh my goodness, Arsenal are serious," and I'm like, "Duh." You thought we were joking. We were not joking. So, but don't worry about Arsenal. Arsenal will finish 6th next season. Don't worry about Arsenal. You know, they've been predicting the table for next season and they've been saying Arsenal will finish 6th. No problem. Arsenal will finish 6th next season. Let's wait for next season and see who will have the last laugh. Speaking of last laugh, look at how good they will look in an Arsenal shirt next season, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. I cannot wait. This will be the first game of the season. I've already envisioned it. Like, this will be against Nottingham Forest on the first day when Saka scores the first goal of the season and Declan Rice is there to celebrate with him after he assists him. Like, I cannot wait. This is a picture from the future. This will be when Arsenal smash West Ham by 7-0 and Declan Rice has scored from a Saka free kick. And Declan Rice will be celebrating. I cannot wait for that day. That's the latest on Declan Rice. But he's not the only signing who's coming through the door. Well, let's start with Kai Havertz. Let's go to Kai Havertz, who's basically done. The medical was done. Everything is done. The interviews are done. Like, even the pictures have been released, as you can see on the top left. The pictures have been released. Leaked. Arsenal did not release it. They were released probably by mistake. But I'm sure Arsenal will announce it very soon now that it's pretty much done and everything has been leaked out. Kai Havertz will officially be Arsenal's first signing. And after you sign someone like a Declan Rice and you also sign someone like a Timber, all of a sudden in my head, I'm like, Havertz is the next Van Persie. Like, in my head, I don't care. Like, Havertz will be the next Van Persie at Arsenal. Like, anyone who's going to work with Mikel Arteta in that team is going to be a superstar. So I'm convinced. I've seen enough. Kai Havertz is the next Robin Van Persie. I have seen enough. For those people who think he's going to come and fail, especially the opposition fans, just pray he comes and fails, because if he comes and hits the ground running, people are going to be in a lot of trouble. I think he's one of the best players in terms of picking up good positions in the box. Yes, he does miss chances, but they're going to work on that during preseason. That's why he's here early to work with the likes of Jesus and Arteta very, very early, so that we can work on positioning, we can work on interceptions, we can work on your ability to come back and collect the ball, on your ability to pass, on your ability to cross. We are going to work on all that, and Kai Havertz is going to be the next Robin Van Persie at Arsenal, as everyone, or some people have predicted. Maybe we're not Robin Van Persie, but he's going to be up there. Believe in him, trust. I mean, okay, I'm tired of talking about trust. I told you guys Declan Rice is definitely going to join Arsenal. I'm going to say it again. Havertz is going to be a success at Arsenal, period. Let's leave it at that as well. That is not the only signing we're expecting to join. What about Jurrien Timber? What's the latest on Jurrien Timber? I mean, the same picture there with Kivior. Kivior was asked, what do you think about Timber joining Arsenal? And he said, you know what, we need to sign the big players and we are ready for the competition and we want to win the big trophies. Even Kivior, someone like a Kivior, I don't even want him to go anywhere. I want him to stay here because, just 1-2 seasons, he's going to be absolutely perfect. So I cannot wait to see. But what's the latest on Jurrien Timber? According to John Cross of the Mirror, Arsenal are set to agree a 40 million deal for Jurrien Timber, who's keen on a move to the Emirates Stadium. Like, I'm tired of this good news. This is too much. Arsenal, we are not used to this. By June, we get so much good news by June. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. And someone like a Timber, if he hasn't joined yet, but after he sees someone like a Rice coming to Arsenal, he'll be telling Ajax, just let me go. Let me go to that team. I'm seeing Odegaard, I'm seeing Saka, I'm seeing Declan Rice, I'm seeing Jesus. I want to go there. I want to go to Arsenal next season. I'm sure Timber will be telling Ajax that. And it's another exciting signing. The number of positions he can play. We are going to be versatile FC. Now, every single one of our players, you can never know where they're going to play. Saka used to play as a left back for us. He can play on the right wing. He can play on the left wing. Jesus can play on the right wing. He can play as a striker. He can play behind the striker. Havertz can play as a striker. Maybe you're not going to use him in that position most, but he can play in the number 10. He can play in the number 8. He can play on both wings. Martinelli, striker, left wing, same thing. Declan Rice, 6'8", same thing. Tomiyasu, left, right, same thing. Ben White, centre back, right back, 2 different positions in 2 seasons, same thing. Timber as well. He can play in midfield. He can play as a right back. He can play as a centre back. We are going to have a lot of players who can, like, unpredictable. Basically, Arteta can start with Declan Rice today, number 6. Tomorrow, he can start with him as a number 8. So things are exciting. I can't see why Arsenal fans would look at this and say it's not exciting. Like, there has to be a bit of positivity in you, even if you don't like Arteta, even if you don't like Odegaard, even if you don't like Havertz, there has to be a bit of positivity in you. Surely you cannot be building this team and you're like, nah, I'm not happy. This is exciting. It's so exciting that even Jorginho does not want to go anywhere. Jorginho is saying that I'm very, very happy to stay at Arsenal, to be honest. Even Jorginho does not want to go anywhere, man. Even him is crying. He's saying, I want to be in this team. Trophies are coming. I want to be at Arsenal. I did not win a Premier League title at Chelsea, but I'm sure I'm going to win one at Arsenal. Even Jorginho wants to stay. And you know what? I also want him to stay. I don't want him to go anywhere. Those rumors, I'm not sure who was behind it. Yes, Jorginho, tell them to stop with those rumors. But nothing at the moment has happened to me. I'm quite happy where I am. It's going to be an exciting season. Even Jorginho is happy staying at Arsenal. He knows he's going to be on the bench. Remember that. He knows he's not going to be starting games. But he's happy. He's happy to be managed by Mikel Arteta. He's happy to play alongside Declan Rice and behind Odegaard. Absolutely amazing. Now, today's Wednesday. We are only 2 weeks, exactly 14 days into the transfer window. And some of you Arsenal fans made me believe that Arsenal is not doing anything, that Arsenal are useless. Come on, man. We're about to make 3 signings by the end of June. Just a few more days of patience and things are going to work out. We are now ahead of all these other teams, way ahead of them. And then we can easily have 5 signings by the end of July. And then we'll see who'll have the last laugh between us and the opposition fans who've been laughing at us for signing Havertz, laughing at us for paying 100 million for Rice. We will see. We will be there. We will be there. We will be there to see what happens. That's the latest on Jorginho, on Kai Havertz, on Timber as well, and also Declan Rice, and 3 signings through the door. As Football Daily says, Arsenal are attacking the transfer window with style, and they are not messing around. We are not messing around. We are there. We are there to compete, guys. We are there to compete. So if you are a bit impatient about Arsenal taking time on the deals, I hope you're happy now. I hope you're happy now. Like, we're about to make 3 signings, and it's not like 10 million, 15 million signings. No, we are about to spend 210 million by the end of June, the first 2 weeks of the transfer window. 210 million. And we are still linked to Lavia. We are still linked to Cancelo. We are still linked to Milinkovic-Savic. We are still linked to very many players. And when people see Havertz like this, look at Havertz at Arsenal and at Chelsea. When someone like Lavia looks at this, he'll be like, this is what I want to be. That is him on the right side at Southampton. He wants to be the guy on the left side at Arsenal. Things are exciting. Everyone wants to join Arsenal. So just quick updates on the other players that are still linked to Arsenal. I don't think you're going to get Caicedo now, but some deans, they say that Arsenal could still go for Caicedo if Thomas Partey leaves. If we get these 3 players and we still get Caicedo, I don't know what I would do. I seriously do not know what to do. That would be like 400 million. Like, it's a lot of money, so it's quite impossible. But if that actually happens, that would be crazy. What about Cancelo? Well, on Cancelo, from Rudy Galetti says, Arsenal are certainly one of the teams interested in him. It's confirmed, but at the moment, the Gunners are fully focused on the deal of Declan Rice. That is about to get done. And only after having managed the midfielder situation will they eventually focus on the Portuguese player. Don't make me that happy, because Cancelo would have been one of the first 2 signings I would have made. If they still end up getting Cancelo, that's when I doubt, because we are competing with Man City, and Man City are probably not going to give us another player. They'll be like, nah, you're not going to give you another player. We've seen enough of Arsenal. We are not going to give you another player. So in case you're just joining, Man City pulled out of the Rice deal. Arsenal are very, very close to signing him, according to Fabrizio Romano. Final details, it could be done as soon as today, as soon as tomorrow. The 105 million deal will be accepted. Maybe it could be 2-3 years. That's what they're going to accept. Let's wait and see. Exciting times to be an Arsenal fan. Absolutely exciting times. I remember sitting there in 2011. I remember it very well. It was like on a Sunday, and we got smashed 8-2 by Man United, and we had not bought anyone. The very next day, we rushed and we bought 5 players. Out of the 5 players, Mikel Arteta was one of them. He was okay as an Arsenal player. He was quite rough in midfield, but he was quite okay in terms of especially penalties. He used to be very good at taking penalties. But you went to sign players like Andre Santos, Matasaka. I think we signed Benayoun as well. We signed some really terrible players. I think 2010 we went and signed Jorginho or something like that. Jorginho was signed, and I think he picked up a red card in his first game, if my memory serves me right. Like, that is how much of a comedy club he used to be. We signed Jorginho for like 15, 16 million or something. He came and he got a red card in his first game. We were signing the Nilssons. We were signing Ashavin for 15 million, our record from Zenit. Socrates from Dortmund. When other teams were signing Golo Conte and Mane, we were busy trying to get Mustafi. We've come a long way. We've come a really long way. So this time, they're not going to be laughing at us. We are the ones who are going to be laughing at them, and we will be here. We will be here to celebrate, man. We'll be here to celebrate. You're welcome to Arsenal. Declan Rice says, Dennis, I'm watching from India. Chelsea fans, I believe Rice is Arsenal. That says, welcome. Are you a Chelsea fan? Interesting. But Chelsea are busy with outgoings on a transfer. The monster they can't focus on transfers. Like this says Brandon. I'm not right about Chelsea. Like, I stopped writing about teams like Chelsea a long time ago. My focus is Man City. It must come to an end, even if it trains cats and dogs, and deals must be done. They will be done with theirs. He picked Arsenal because Declan Rice said he wants to remain in London. Whatever makes you happy, man. Whatever makes you happy. Let me tell you what they were saying 2 weeks ago. Man City are going to come in for Declan Rice. There is no chance Arsenal are going to get Declan Rice. How can Arsenal get Declan Rice when Man City want him? It's not possible. Like, how can someone choose Arteta ahead of Pep Guardiola? It's not possible. If Man City want a player, he's definitely going to join there. Arsenal are not big enough. Man City just won a treble. He's not going to go to Arsenal. 2 weeks later, they're now saying, Man City didn't really want the player. That is why Arsenal are getting him, I'm not really sure. Declan Rice, 100 million, not enough. 1 week ago, they were saying Man City are going to get Declan Rice. They've already won 4 trophies next season. Now, 1 week later, they're saying Declan Rice, not good enough. Arsenal are still going to finish 5th, And now they're saying that it's only because Arsenal is in London. That is why they're going to get Declan Rice. Hello? Charlton is in London. Chelsea is in London. Tottenham is in London. West Ham is in London. A lot of other teams are in London. We can talk about Brentford. We can talk about Fulham. We can talk about a lot of teams that are in London, but he's still going to join Arsenal. Arsenal is not the only team in London. So whatever makes people happy, Brandon, if that is what they want to say, let them, whatever pleases them. Whatever floats your boat, if that is what makes you happy, but we will see next season. I have to say, you're right. Don't panic, even if those City were involved in the saga. Yeah, you have to believe in your manager. I never panicked, but some Arsenal fans had mental breakdowns. It was tough, man. I had to come here and try to convince Arsenal fans that we are going to get Rice. It was hard, especially the negativity, it's hard. But especially because I also understand why, because we didn't get Mudryk, we didn't get all these players that we are linked to. But as I was saying, then that was Arsenal back then. We were not in the Champions League. We were finishing 8th. Now this is a different Arsenal. That was an Arsenal that had Mustafi, Bellerin, Tavares, Ranason, Leno. This is now an Arsenal that is very exciting. Our goalkeeper is just being ranked as one of the best goalkeepers in terms of value. That is facts. It has come out that Ramsdale is at the top in terms of value, in terms of goalkeepers. Odegaard, Saliba have all made the team of the season in the Premier League. Saka just won the England Player of the Year, I think, last year. Martinelli, 4 years ago when you signed, people are laughing. Right now, is one of the best wingers in the league. Come on. Declan Rice is one of the best midfielders in the league, and you're about to get him as well. We'll see. We'll have the last laugh, guys. We'll see. Gabriel says, I know it's a done deal. I believe Timber will be soon. I always tell people around me I trust my coach, Mikel, says Gabriel. We are really enjoying your show. Keep the fire burning, says Kawu from Nigeria, Kano City. Do it 24 months to compromise. I think it's going to be something like that. Unless if they go down to 18 months, that is crazy. You also have to watch out for FFP. Live year bid is still expected after this transfer, says Brandon. The Lavia one, I've never been confident with it, especially now that Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea all want him. But I still think they're going to get midfielders that we've not been linked to yet. It's just going to pop up from nowhere that Arsenal wants someone from Napoli, Arsenal wants someone from Real Betis, or someone that we don't really know about, and then they're probably going to get him. So let's wait and see. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Okay. Arsenal big shocker, says Brandon. WTF? Let's see. It's a shock. It's a shock that Arsenal are going to actually pay 100 million for a player. Crazy. That's great news. We need more midfielders. Keep Partey. I'd love it, man. If you keep Partey and Tierney, I'd be really happy if you keep the both of them. So far, they've not yet gone anywhere. We've not really gotten whatever we want for Thomas Partey in terms of money. And Tierney as well, it's gone a bit quiet. Let's just conclude that we have versatile players everywhere. Even Ramsdale can play as a striker. Even Saka can play as a goalkeeper. Just waiting for Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, says Henry. That will hit different, man. Like, injected kind of stuff. That will hit different. That will absolutely hit different. This coming season, you're going to eat rice at the Emirates. I'm so happy that Arsenal will buy us rice. We're going to enjoy it. And when we play against West Ham, it's funny their name has ham. We are going to be cooking that rice and ham at the Emirates Stadium. Just wait and see. I want us to smash them 8-0. Just wait and see next season. I'm excited from Uganda. From now, waiting for here we go, says Joel. We are going higher this season, says Michael. I cannot wait. I'm already excited for that Nuremberg game in the next 2 weeks. I don't think so as well, Jay. I think it's a lot of money. I don't think we are going to go to 400 million in terms of money spent. I think that would be crazy. Watching from Kenya says Papa Declan should be there like yesterday. He will be there. Don't worry. Hope Edu can get this deal over the line. It's taking long. And also, because I've seen people changing their stories, I want people to say sorry. You don't have to like them, but you have to say sorry to Edu, because there was a lot of abuse. People were abusing him. Like, why is he posting pictures of him and his wife eating and drinking, and we've not signed Rice? Rice is going to go to Man City. Now that we are going to get him, you have to say, okay, I was wrong, Edu. You are right. You've done a good job on this one. Well done. Because I know some Arsenal fans are like, they never give any applause to Edu or Arteta whenever they do something good, but whenever something bad happens, they are the first to talk about it. You have to be both ways. You had no problem with us losing a game and you being mad about it. But if you are mad that they were taking too much time in terms of signing a 100 million player, since they're about to get him, you also have to apologize and say, you know what, we were wrong. I will be happy if everything can be completed today, says Femi. I can't wait to see Declan Rice in an Arsenal shirt. I cannot wait to see as well. I mean, if you really can't wait, I mean, we have some editing these days that can do it for you. I mean, that is Declan Rice in an Arsenal shirt. But if you're waiting for the full picture, do not worry. It's going to be out very, very soon. Let's wait and see what happens. Let's see. I'm enjoying the news from Nigeria. The comment has disappeared. Arsenal has been scammed, please, by West Ham, says William. Whatever makes you happy, man. Whatever makes you happy. No one can answer that question until next season. We will find out. William, we'll find out. Watching from Zambia, going to get Rice 90% done. Thanks for your comfort. We need Rice, says Joseph. Innocent says, I haven't been able to contain myself since the news broke out that we actually bidded for Declan Rice. That was crazy. Yesterday, I was literally getting into bed. I had earphones on, listening to J. Cole. I was barely waiting for tomorrow. And then I just checked it, and then Arsenal have made a bid of 105 million. I thought I was already asleep and already dreaming. It was crazy. Arsenal bidding 105 million for a player. And we asked Man City a question. Are you built for this? They're not. They pulled out of the deal. I pray get another better midfielders backup. I think we will. Still allow Sambi Lokonga to stay in case of any injuries. I don't know. I think Tavares will be sold, and I don't think Lokonga will be sold. I think he could be loaned out, but I'd not be surprised if he's here for the preseason. But we need quality, man. I think we are past that level, to be honest. That is why I wasn't even concerned about not getting players like Douglas Luiz and Tielemans. I think we are past that level now. We have to compete for the league. You're going to have to get quality players, like world-class players who captains their team, players who played at the World Cups and Euros, and players who've won trophies before. Yes, Tielemans have done a few of that, but I don't know. There's a reason he's going out on a free. I hope Ajax won't inflate the Timber deal, says Dominic. They could, now that they've seen us paying 105 million, but I think it's going to be done. I think also Timber wants to leave. I think he told them last season that was his last season, so I don't think they're going to stand in his way. Watching from Ghana, says Frederick, will now sleep well. Absolutely. I'm so happy for him to join Arsenal, says Junior. A lot of excitement. Even people have now stopped abusing Havertz, because now we've signed Rice. At least people are now positive about getting Havertz all of a sudden. If Arsenal finally signs Rice, commenters will be Odegaard, Rice, Odegaard holding White Rice. I see what you did there, Babu. I see what you did there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Have you been chilling with Peter Drury and John Champion and all those Martin Tyler and all those commentators? That is a Peter Drury line. That is definitely a Peter Drury line. Odegaard holding White Rice, but I have to spoil that punchline. Holding will not be here, unfortunately. Nah, you're not going to stay there. We have to look for someone else. Someone probably called Meat or something, and then we can come up with another punchline. But Ferguson completely distorted the market transfers in England because of how can Rice cost 100 and Thierry Henry costed 115 million. Yeah, 15 million. It's gone crazy. Did you mean Fernandez? I think you mean Fernandez. Fernandez, yes, 110 million. Everyone is going to be expensive. Now, if you're ever going to sell our players, that is why I'm like, especially if West Ham ever want an Arsenal player, I do not care. We are going to ask for 90 million to be paid in 2 installments with 10 million add-ons and realistic add-ons as well. And not West Ham finishing the top 10. That's not realistic. You're not going to finish in the top 10. Yeah, we're going to smash you by 6 goals next season. I can't wait. Please subscribe and smash the like button, says Zaki. I do have some West Ham friends, by the way. Sorry if you're watching this, but the rest of the West Ham fans, pretty annoying. I've seen so many comments of West Ham fans, like they hate Arsenal. I'm like, why do you hate Arsenal? Like, what have we done to you? And then there were some of you Arsenal fans that were actually supporting West Ham in the final against Fiorentina. Can never be me. I knew that if they win that trophy, this is what you're going to get. Them asking for 100 million for their players and them saying Arsenal has never won a trophy. Yes, we have. I did not want them to win that trophy because I knew I never want any English trophy to win any English team to win any European trophy. If it's not Arsenal, no one should win it. Not Tottenham, not Everton, not West Ham, not Leicester, not Man United, not anyone. None of them like us. None of them want Arsenal to win the league, so why should we be supporting them? Arsenal is getting to the next level, says Moses. Exciting summer ahead, 100%. Even though Rice is overrated, wrong word. I don't think he's overrated. He's overpriced. I don't think he's overrated. I believe Arsenal will have a much better team next season. Is it going to make Arsenal better? Way better than we've already been. Way better. Arsenal is a team to beat in 2023-2024, 100%, Sam Suleiman. Hope Edu can get this deal over the line. It's taking long. Come on, Abdul. Are we still going to do this? I wanted to play that clip, but I'm not. Should I play that clip again? You know what? As I drink water, let me play this clip for you again for the Arsenal fans who are still negative. You probably have heard this before, but listen to this. I'm not asking you to absolutely say you love Arteta or you love Edu. I'm just asking you to have a bit of trust, just a little bit. And by that, I mean 10 days into the transfer window, let's not start saying stuff like, oh, Arsenal is crap. Arsenal is going to finish 10th next season. What is Edu doing? Why are they selling Partey? Why the hell are we getting Havertz? Declan Rice is going to Man City. Man City are going to make a bid. Of course, he's going to join Man City. Why are we taking so long to make these bids? Arsenal do not know what they're doing. This is another transfer window. Look at Modric went to Chelsea. Look at Vlahovic. Look at Tielemans. Look at all these players. We are definitely not going to get Declan Rice. Edu does not know what he's doing. Edu out. Kroenke out, Ateta out. Lokonga and El Neni next season. What are we going to do with El Neni and Lokonga next season? Who said El Neni and Lokonga are going to be a midfield next season? We are 10 days into the transfer window. How did we jump into that conclusion? Who told us that Edu is not going to sign Declan Rice? Who told us that? Because Man City want Declan Rice? Of course, Man City want Declan Rice. I'd not be surprised if Real Madrid want Declan Rice, if Bayern Munich want Declan Rice. Now, it's all about trusting whatever your manager has done and whatever your board has done in terms of convincing the player. And that is why I've been saying I'm 92% confident. Be patient. We are 14 days into the transfer market. Arsenal will be the first team to sign 3 players for 210 million. What do you mean, hurry up? We're already signing the player for 100 million. Like, calm down. Come on, calm down. we are going to get the player. He's already an Arsenal player anyway. It's not taking too much time. Let's I can't even speak. I can't speak, in the words of Goldbridge. I can't speak, man. Like, give it time. We're about to sign 3 players, man. It's not taking too much time. We are the ones who are way ahead of the other teams in terms of transfers. It's not easy to get a 100 million deal done. Like, there's no way you can look at this as a negative. Come on. Can't wait for the season to start. I'm super excited, says Ibrahim. Super excited as well. Good morning, sir. We are being robbed in the Rice transaction. Arsenal fans, you can never please every single Arsenal fan. I know. It must be tough for the likes of Arsene do like to. It must be tough for them to look at these comments. I can get a few comments of the same people saying, why are Arsenal not paying the money? Like, 2 days ago when Man City made a bid, some 90% of Arsenal fans were saying just pay the money. If they want 120 million, just pay the money. Then how can we go back to this? You wanted them to pay the money. People have always said Arsenal don't spend a lot of money. We have now. Like, those are the players they want. Let them get the players. Is he overpriced? Yes. But as I just said the other day, if you want to get quality players, you have to pay for them. They just won a trophy as the captain and everything. Obviously, they're going to add 30 million on top of him. But I think we have to get him. I don't think there's any alternatives, to be honest. If it's not him, it's Caicedo. And if you can't get Caicedo, I don't think you can start getting anyone else right now. You're already in July. Time has gone. Just talk about Balogun only. Rice is done already. Jacob is positive. Jacob is like, let's not even talk about Rice. It's done. Let's talk about Balogun. Balogun is wanted by a few teams. There's nothing that has come out recently the last 2 days, but he seems to be wanting to start for Arsenal. He's not going to start for Arsenal. So if you don't want to be at Arsenal, I'm sorry. If you can get 50 million, goodbye. If you want to stay and fight for your position, I'm very 100% happy for you to stay. Balogun is a quality player, but what I do with him is I try to send him out on loan to a Premier League team for 1 season and then see how he does. And then by the time he comes back next season, we have a better picture, or even better picture of how our team is looking and how far we've gone from after signing all these players. So let's wait and see what happens with Balogun. I pray the deal happens soon before overtaking happens. Come on, Thomas. If Man City have pulled out of a Rice deal, I am not scared of any other team in this world. None. Not Real Madrid, not Bayern Munich, not Barcelona, not Man United. He's going to be an Arsenal player. If Man City have pulled out, Man City are scared. Man City have been scared about this deal. No one else can handle it. So I'm not worried about any other team. You know what? For the banter, don't even sign him. Let other teams come in for him and let's see what they do. There's no other team that will do that. From Uganda, Rice is a done deal already, but what about you've answered that one? Balogun just begging Arsenal to give him a chance. I think Arsenal want to give him a chance, but he wants to start games. You're not going to start games. You have to fight for positions at Arsenal right now. No one is guaranteed next season. I also don't think it's as easy, because I've also seen people saying, okay, Timber is now coming to Arsenal, Ben White to the bench. Why? Ben White has been playing for us at centre-back and right-back the last 2 seasons, and I think it's been really, really good. So I don't think it's as easy as drop Ben White and bring in Timber. Everyone has to fight for their position. If Timber comes in for Saliba for a few games, no problem. If he comes in for White, no problem. If Tierney starts and stays and starts instead of Zinchenko, no problem. If we start with White and Saliba, Gabriel on the bench, no problem. If Martinelli starts, Trossard starts, Nelson starts, no problem. We have to have players fighting for the position, and Balogun wants to 100% start. You cannot. I'm happy for you. You're holding your abilities high. That is great. You believe in yourself, but you have to fight for your position. You cannot just expect to start after one good season in France. You have to come and prove yourself that you're ready to start for Arsenal. So if people are willing to pay 50 million, get it. Abdul says, look, bro, we were excited much more than this for the Mudryk deal, which had more energy than the Rice deal. If the coach needs the player, then let's do it. Of course, Edu is doing good. I just don't want to miss out on this one. I really like the Havertz deal. Yes, back then we are not in the Champions League. That is another thing that people are not getting. That is then. We are now in the middle of 2023. Things have changed. We are not back in 2018 anymore. I'm from Ethiopia. It was shocking to us miss the title because our squad not enough quality. I don't think we didn't have enough quality. I think we didn't have enough number of players to come in for the likes of Saka when he got tired, and Odegaard when he made a few mistakes, and Thomas Partey when he made a few mistakes. But now I think we'll still have players. I think we'll have a good enough squad. Quality, including substitutions. We should learn our mistake to get the title and sign more players. Otherwise, we play for top 4. We are going to get the players. Can we be patient for a couple of more weeks? They're going to get the players. I'm sure they have players in mind that they're going to get. My next signing is Jurrien Timber, bro. I think it's definitely going to be the next signing. I think it's going to be the second signing after Havertz. Even the blind can see that Arsenal have been scammed, says William. Caicedo is better than Rice 100%. I personally do not agree with that. And not because Rice is joining Arsenal. I've always said that. 3 weeks ago, when you're talking about who should we get, I said I want to get Rice first and Cancelo second. That is what I said. Rice is a very, very quality player. We'll do a video on focusing on that. But in terms of tackles, interceptions in that midfield, his numbers are way better, way better. Caicedo is almost the same, but Brighton are going to ask for the similar money, so it's almost the same thing. So I'm still happy with getting Declan Rice ahead of Caicedo. I would have loved both. Yes, I would have loved to get both. So let's see what happens. Onipa says Arteta is a useless coach. Whatever makes you happy, my friend. Whatever makes you happy. If that makes you sleep at night, good for you, my friend. Good for you, my friend. So you mean 105 million plus holding what? No, 105 million to be paid in like 2 years. That is what they want. They're happy with the money, but they want it to be paid in shorter installments, pretty much. Now that you have gotten Rice, we need the beans to balance the equation. If there was a player called that, you'd have had to pay 200 million for him. A lot of comments. I appreciate it. Let me take a couple of more, and then probably I'm sure there's more news. We'll be back again live later. I don't understand why people consider Arsenal a small club. Let them do it. Let them do it. I have no problem. Let them do it. I have no problem with opposition fans saying it. If that makes them sleep at night, that is good. I usually have a problem with Arsenal fans saying stuff like that. That is, I'm like, come on. So Man City fans and Man United fans are on the right side, abusing Arsenal and abusing Arteta and abusing Edu. And you, as an Arsenal fan, you're also going to the side where Man City and Man United fans are sitting, and you're also abusing Edu and Arteta. Like, that does not make sense. You're supposed to be, especially after the season you've had, you're supposed to be on Arsenal's side. Even if you don't like them, as I said on that video, a little bit of trust, just a bit. Be like, you know what? I was wrong on Ben White. I was wrong on Ramsdale. Let me see what happens with Rice. Let me see. But there's some Arsenal fans who are not happy at all. Havertz is a terrible signing. Odegaard is not good enough. Gabriel is not going to take us to a Premier League title. Why are we taking so much time signing Declan Rice? Jesus does not score enough goals. Saka is not good enough at the end of the season. Pepe should stay. Like, you cannot be negative about every single point. Like, there's nothing that impresses you. Now, that is why I have a problem with some Arsenal fans. You have to have a bit of positivity. You don't have to be 100% positive, but you can't be on the same side as Man United and Chelsea fans abusing Arsenal. Come on. We are going to win the title next season, but the fact is that I hate West Ham. I do now as well. With that, they have shown us this summer, for sure. Since they won that Conference League, I don't like it. Hadia says, I'm from South Sudan. I need to know good news about Arsenal, says Hadia. Well, to finish this video, Arsenal are close to signing Declan Rice. Very close, 95% done. Jurrien Timber's deal is almost across the line. Havertz announcement will be made soon. And if you follow Arsenal women's as well, we are about to sign Alessia Russo from Man United. Like, it's good news all over the place. Arsenal women's, Arsenal men's, Arsenal youngsters. It's good news all over the place. Exactly, Otega. I've come to realize that you can't please everyone, especially so. Whenever I get comments like Arteta is not good enough, I just choose to ignore these days. If you feel that way, good for you. But unfortunately for you, he's not going anywhere. So he's going to be here. So you're going to have to swallow it and swallow the pride and just support the team. Get Caicedo and Turan. We need the tall midfielders. Turan. Are you talking about Ada Turan? Is that who you're talking about? I hope you're not talking about Ada Turan, the guy who used to play like back in 1970s. I don't know if you're talking about him. Ada Turan is finished. Caicedo going to be too much money. I don't think there's a way we can. We've already paid 210 million for Rice. Caicedo, I wish. Rice, Timber, and Havertz. You cannot pay 100 million for Caicedo and still pay 70 million for Cancelo. That is going to be FA is going to start watching you with those FFP things. They're going to start watching how much you're spending that money and how you're spending that money. And we don't want to get into that trouble. Things are going good at Arsenal right now. We don't want to put ourselves in trouble unless we sell players and you get good money for them. If we sell Balogun for 50, sell Xhaka. If you're going to get 50 million or something for Partey, then you can go for players like for players like I said. But if they end up staying, let's see. So many fans don't got the patience. Damn, that's what Benson says. Everything is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's definitely going to be all right. I mean, in terms of that, I do understand why fans are not patient. There's a part of me that does understand because we didn't get all those players before. But this time it is different. This is now a different Arsenal. That is what people need to understand. Let the opposition's fans laugh. Let them say Havertz is going to be useless. Let them say you overpaid for Rice. That is fine. Let them say it. But for us, we will see next season. We will see next season. Partey should stay for squad depth and quality. I really hope so, Matthias. If there's a way he can stay, I'd be very, very happy. But we've been going for 42 minutes. Do not worry. This is not the last time we'll be catching up today. We'll be back again later with a couple of more videos and a live stream for sure. Thank you for watching and catch up with you guys on the next one.